The pros write different from how everybody else writes. The pros use specific techniques, methods, and formulas, while everybody else wants to wing it in their work, wants to guess through their work, wants to use their own talent and skills instead of using tested, approved, and trusted methods of writing songs, crafting better songs. Hi, my name is Dylan, and I teach people how to craft better songs and write his songs. So, welcome to part 5 of the difference between the pro songwriters and everybody else. So, point number 1 of today is while the pros manufacture viral hits, you hope for virality. Your strategy is hope, and hope is not a strategy. You cannot just write a song and drop it, release it, and sit back expecting for something miraculous to happen for your song to go viral. While the pro songwriters know how to manufacture viral, they intentionally write a song, intentionally record a song, knowing that it will be viral. Unlike you, who just hopes for viral, them they intentionally manufacture viral. Point number 2 is that the pros build systems for listener dopamine. I told you the pros do not care about themselves. They care about what the listener will say. They will care about if the listener will play the song again. They want the listener to get hooked to the song. They want the listener to hit play on the song again and again. While everybody else builds habit of practice. You build habit of practice. You say, I want to write every day. At 6 p.m., this is my routine. I'll be writing a song. 6 p.m. to 7 a.m., I'll be writing a song. It's my studio session time. It's my songwriting session time. But them, they do not have a songwriting session time. Then you have built that is a system. That's a habit of practice. You've practiced that every day at 6 you'll be writing a song. Them, they do not care for that. What they do is they build system, and the system is for listener dopamine. They know that this is what is tested and trusted to make the listener get hooked. This is what listeners like in a song. This is what, when I use this kind of method, or when I twist this in a certain way, this is what attracts more listeners. This is what retains the listeners. They build systems for listener dopamine, not habits of practice, unlike you. Point number 3 is that the pros write deeper. They write deeper while you write longer. You see, there is a difference. Intensity and longevity is something totally different. Intensity is applying pressure at the same point over and over. Longevity is doing the same thing for a long time, and that does not work. Doing the same thing for a long time does not work. But applying pressure at a certain point, applying pressure to a certain point, that usually works. And that is what I mean by the pro songwriters write deeper. They write deeper songs, songs that song that can make a listener give all the attention to the song, stop and listen for a while. But instead, everybody else is writing longer. They think writing longer is the key to getting them where they want to be. But writing longer is not. It's about writing deeper. Deeper connects you more to the listener than writing longer. Writing longer, you'll be doing that for yourself. You'll be gratifying yourself. You'll be working hard just to gratify yourself. But writing deeper, you'll be gratifying the listener, as I've told you. So, point number 4 is that the difference between the pros and everybody else is that you write safe hooks, while the pros write dangerous hooks. You are afraid to cross a certain line. You are afraid to say certain words in your hooks. You are writing safe hooks. You do not want to test the waters. You do not want to get out of your comfort zone. But the pro songwriters, they have tested their comfort. They have tested uncomfortability a lot of times. They do not want to stay comfortable. Until now, they are used to not being comfortable. They are used to trying new things. They are used to jumping out of their comfort zone. They are not used to comfortability. They are willing to try new things. They are willing to try new methods that work. While everybody else wants to stay in the zone where they feel this is my zone, this is my zone. They want to feel that bubble of comfort. They're in the couch of comfortability, and comfort, as well know, there's no growth in comfort. Point number 5 is that Point number 5 in the difference between the pro songwriters and everybody else is that you complain about the algorithm, while they exploit them. The pros know how to exploit algorithm. They know that when I do this and this and this, the algorithm usually favors a song structure like this. The algorithm usually favors when I drop this song at a particular time, or when I drop this song like this. While you complain about the algorithm, you say that it's spoiling the culture. You say that the algorithm is messing up music, but it's not. You just need to know how to exploit the algorithm like the pros. The pros will never fail, no matter what changes no matter what change comes. If the changes are constant throughout for everybody, the pros will still be on top, while everybody else still will belong to where everybody else belongs. Just because the pros exploit algorithms while everybody else does not want to exploit algorithm. They complain about algorithm. They complain that it favors certain type of music. Well, the pros do not care about that. Well, if the algorithm now favors this certain type of music, you'll find this pro doing that music. You see, that's why you find them changing. I do not want to say they are going with the trend, but when there is a wave in the industry, they usually are the first ones to hop on it before the wave dies down, and that is usually a boost to their career. So this has been part 5 of the difference between the pro songwriters and everybody else. So stay tuned for more. It's been a couple, like 2 weeks before I've dropped, so this video is all about consistency. Today I dropped so that I can continue being consistent, but there's more meat to the videos that are coming. Pause. So see you next time.